Alright guys, so today I'm going to talk about passing notes and passing chords that you guys can use to sauce up your melodies, come up with different lines. So the last video I showed you guys different chords that you can use to make up your melodies. Now today I'm going to talk about the passing chords and the passing notes that you can use in between to add some more flavor to your melodies, right? So instead of just making chords, right, instead of just doing chords in your melodies, you guys can actually add some notes in between, right? So today we're going to be in the key of B. The other videos I was in the key of C, but we'll be in B major because I'll be using How We Roll by Ciara and Chris Brown. So I'm going to pretty much break down that beat and demonstrate how you guys can use different passing notes to make melodies, right? So let's say you have a 4-3-2 movement, right? Instead of doing that 4-3-2 just like that with just chords, you can add passing notes. So I showed you guys the 7th chords, right? So a lot of my chords I use 7th chords, right? So 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7. Instead of major, like 4 major chords, I'll do the 7th. Right, so dominant 7 chords are pretty much what I use to do my chords, whether it's major or minor. Right? It just adds a better flavor and a better feel to the beat. So let's say we have 4-3-2. What I'll do is, if I'm doing the 7th, I'll add the 9th note to add like a passing note to go to my next chord. Right? So I'm just adding that 9th note from my 4th chord, 4, because I'm in the key of B, right? 1, 2, 3, 4. So I pretty much use that note as a passing note to go to my next chord, right? And it doesn't necessarily have to be that note. You could use any note as long as it makes sense. So I'm choosing any note within that major scale, right? So any note within the major scale will work as a passing note. So I could use any note. So if it feels right to you, then use it. There's no rule but that says you have to use a certain note as a passing note. As long as it's in the scale, it's gonna fit. Alright, so I'm inverting chords. I'm adding different notes as passing notes, right? You could do the same thing with the chord. I'm doing is playing around with the inversions. Just playing around with the inversions, right? So let's look at How We Roll by Ciara and Chris Brown. So I got the beat here. I'm gonna do exactly what they do in the record. That's the beat. So on my 3, right? And you see that passing note, that 5? So that's the chord that they do. Passing note and the passing line. Right? So all they do is they add that 5. Alright, so you have an F sharp major on your 3, right? So this right here is your E flat minor. And then you have your F sharp major in your right hand. So instead of playing the whole chord together, like that, they break it down. And then they add it after as a passing note. See that top note, they save it. Right, and then you have your chord. Right, so we talked about inversions, right? Invert that. Now they arpeggiated, right? So that's what they're doing. Instead of doing that 3, they add the 2. Right? So that'll be your chord. And they arpeggiate it, right? Instead of going like that, but they hit that B first, then the A flat, then the D flat. And then they go right back to the first chord. So that's pretty much what they do in the beat. So let's go back to the top. We have our beat here. So that's all they do, guys. It's not that complicated. All they're doing is breaking down chords instead of playing them all together. Take out some notes. Right? Just 2 chords makes the whole song. Right? So it's not that complicated. Easy beat that they did. The only thing that they added was the passing notes to go from one chord to the next. That's what add that sauce. So you can do whatever you want when you're making up your melodies. Just play around with the scale. Right? But obviously the less notes that you have, the better it's going to be for your melodies, because you don't want to oversaturate it, right? Making it sound too full and too busy. So just add a few notes here and there. It's that simple, guys. That's all you gotta do. So don't forget, guys, I'm gonna be coming up with weekly tutorials on how to break down beats, how to make better melodies. Just subscribe to my channels and stay up to date with what I post. Alright, if you have any questions, just comment below. I'll definitely write back. And of course, if you think this video can help somebody, share it to them. Tell them to subscribe to my channel, because I'm gonna be breaking this down weekly.